say skill or be real. You never reap the benefits of talents if you're still on the real. Get rid of all that vanity grill. See success, it needs an insanity feel.
My main dream is trying to start off in the industry known as entertainment. Was watching a lot of ITV in the 80s and 90s. As a child, you get accustomed to cartoons and pictures and images. I was watching ITV in the 80s and 90s when it was all regionalised. You had all these different companies and letters like TSW, LWT, TVS, and you had all these rainbow logos, colours and images, and I thought, wow, this looks like a fun thing I'm watching on the telly. So I'll get into that. Obviously, as you got older, you kind of got to know about why ITV was like what it is. And I was actually fascinated that you had all these different independent production companies delivering programs, whether it be comedy, entertainment, drama, soap opera, and giving it to the whole public at large for free. And that's kind of how Buff became as it was now. People that have followed Buff will notice the kind of way we present the festival through our idents and marketing and PR. But it all started from a very young age. The highlight of my career, there's been a few highlights. I guess the highlight was last year, which was the 6th British Urban Film Festival, arguably the biggest yet. It was at the TUC Congress House. And we had over 1,500 people attend over the 3 days, which was always how I imagined it in the years previously, but it only took until 6 years. And I guess there's a lesson there for anybody that's kind of starting out as an entrepreneur, someone trying to do something for the masses. It's very competitive. You have to get yourself noticed. And I always believed that with Buff, that it was always gonna appeal to people. So for Buff, it's always been about the films and the people behind the films, the directors, the producers, because they've got a story to tell. And every year, that's what we try to put out there to an audience. And last year was kind of a vindication and a satisfaction that everyone that was there kind of bought into it as well. One of the difficult things working in the entertainment industry is working with good people. There are a lot of people in the entertainment industry. It's an easy way to get into the industry. You can start off going into a film school. A lot of people tend to study media studies degrees, English courses, etc., National Film Television School, etc. For me, I actually studied at Thames Valley University, which is right next to the Ealing Studios, which is kind of familiar to the British audiences, as it were, with Passport to Pimlico in the 50s, kind of the heritage of English film. So for me, it was kind of like, all right, that'll be interesting. But for me personally, my entry into the media was kind of decided 3 days when I started my degree. When the Vice-Chancellor, I'll try and keep this brief, when the Vice-Chancellor said, your degrees won't be worth much. And that was 3 days into my degree. And I actually picked video production with journalism. So when I heard that, I changed to media studies straight away. And about a year into my degree, I decided to set up my first production company, which was called IQ Creations. Took advantage of all the student loans, grants, maintenance grants as it was then. They've got rid of it now, probably because of people like me. And we started coming up with our own ideas. And at the time, Big Brother had just started on Channel 4, and then you had Pop Stars on ITV. So I'm thinking, all right, looks like there's a big genre here, reality and all the rest of it. So that's kind of how I started out, through studying the degree and kind of what am I going to do after I finish my degree. And I kind of used all those resources together, and I managed to find some good people who I'm still with today after 10 or 11 years. One of the keys to making it in the entertainment industry is to have unshakable belief in yourself. 199% unshakable belief. As much as other people buy into your passion, the only person that can buy into it is you. So when you come across to people, you need to sell yourself every day. When you wake up and you don't feel like it, there's something else bigger going on that sometimes you can't control, but somehow you're gonna have to, because there are people out there that believe it or not, want you to fail, or they don't want you to succeed, or they see what you're doing and they either try and emulate it, or they just kind of hate, for want of a better phrase. So you put yourself under that pressure every single day to make sure you can do the best that you can. And when entrepreneurs start out, I always remember a quote that Oprah Winfrey said, that you're a prisoner of your success. So for all entrepreneurs, once you realize that from day one that you're going to be a prisoner, then I guess it gets easier after that. Because there is an escape, but that means that you no longer become the entrepreneur that you set out to be.
Kill or be killed, I say skill or be real. You never reap the benefits of talents if you're still on the real. Get rid of all that vanity grill. See success, it needs an insanity feel. Look at your life, who decides? Yes, you make decisions, swallow your pride, scuba dive, jump into position, see the signs, just do it right. Course up in your mission, you and I